Hey there, everybody. It is Saturday, October 2nd. Hope you're having a great day. This morning, when I woke up, or in the middle of the night before I woke up, but I was slightly awake, I heard Penumbra. But when I heard Penumbra, I also heard pre-numbra, or it was almost I felt in my spirit, it's hard to explain, pre-numbra, like the pre was important, and the suffix pre means happening beforehand, earlier than, or prior to. So I think that was important, but the most important part of what I heard was penumbra. Now, definition 1A of penumbra is a space or partial illumination, as in an eclipse, between the perfect shadow on all sides and the full light. B, a shaded region surrounding the dark central portion of a sunspot. Definition 2, a surrounding or adjoining region in which something exists in a lesser degree. 3. A body of rights held to be guaranteed by implication in a civil constitution. And 4. Something that covers, surrounds, or obscures, like a shroud. I believe all of these meanings are pertinent. Now, covering the pre part of what I heard, earlier this year, back on June 10th, the moon passed between the Earth and the Sun, thereby partly obscuring the image of the sun for the viewer on Earth. During the eclipse, the moon's apparent diameter was smaller than the sun's, so it caused the sun to look like an annulus. But I also think the prior to the build-up coming up to these months of October, November lunar eclipse, December solar eclipse is the time frame, the importance of it. God's moving, got big plans for these months. Now, this partial lunar eclipse will darken the moon for much of the globe on November 19th, 2021. Most locations will see up to 97% of the moon slip into Earth's shadow. North America has the best location to see the entirety of the eclipse. You can visit timeanddate.com to get an exact timing of the eclipse from your location. This is an exceptionally deep partial eclipse with an umbral eclipse magnitude of 0.9742, with just a thin sliver of the moon exposed to direct sun at maximum eclipse. The rest of the moon should take on the characteristically ruddy colors of a total lunar eclipse. And an eclipse never comes alone. A solar eclipse always occurs about 2 weeks before or after a lunar eclipse. And this December's eclipse will be the first and only total solar eclipse of 2021. A solar eclipse occurs when the new moon, which is otherwise invisible, makes a rare appearance by crossing in front of the sun's face, solely creating the appearance of a bite taken from the sun. This continues until the moon fully or partially blocks the sun's disk. When this total solar eclipse sweeps across Antarctica on December 4th, people located at the southernmost tips of South America, Africa, Australia, and New Zealand will experience the partial phases. The path of the moon's umbral shadow begins in the Southern Ocean at about 300 miles southeast of the Falkland Islands, crosses the Antarctic continent, and ends at sunset in the Southern Ocean. A partial eclipse will be seen within the much broader path of the moon's penumbral shadow, which includes the Southern Ocean, southern Africa, and the southeastern corner of Australia and Tasmania. Now, with the second definition, where something exists in a region to a smaller or lesser degree, I believe, is just a message of He's going to be working in. He's working on land. He's building. Big continents, small continents, little islands. He's moving, God's moving, He's working on it all. There's not going to be anything He misses. And with the third definition there, government intrusions rampant, Bill of Rights. I think it's a message. What I feel is we're going to see some Supreme Court decisions that kind of shake us as a nation. But God's going to get His way. And with the fourth, something that covers, obscures, shroud. What comes to mind for me is the veil. Maybe a veil or a cloak that's been over us, stopping us from seeing the truth. Many people. God's working on lifting that. God is uncovering things. He's exposing What's been in the dark will be brought to light, and that's season for that too. Daniel 2:21, King James Version. And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them that know understanding. And to go a little bit further into the meaning of that, and he changeth the times and the seasons, not only day and night, summer and winter, and times and seasons of prosperity and adversity, but all the changes and revolutions in states and kingdoms in all times and ages are from him, and particularly those pointed at in the following dream. In the Babylonian, Persian, Grecian, and Roman monarchies, he removeth kings and setteth up kings. He is King of kings and Lord of lords. By him they reign and continue on their thrones as long as he pleases, and then he removes them by death or otherwise, and places others in their stead, and who are sometimes raised from a low estate, and this he does in the ordinary course of providence. He give wisdom to the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding, an increase of wisdom and knowledge to wise politicians and counselors of state, to form wise schemes of peace or war, to make wise laws, and to govern kingdoms in a prudent manner, and to wise master builders or ministers of the word, to speak the wisdom of God in a mystery, to diffuse the knowledge of Christ everywhere, and make known the mysteries of grace to the sons of men, particularly to Daniel and his companions, who are wise and knowing men, the interpretation of the king's dream. And to sum up, I tried to cover the full range of Penumbra definitions and see what God could be saying there. Tried to add a little bit of Bible verses and be a little bit informative with some of the eclipses coming up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Love you guys. Jesus loves you more than you know. Have a great day.